Imagine if you are a young, talented woman and you find yourself married to a nice guy and you have no idea that he's a member of the Mossad. Well, that's what happened to our next guest.
Yes, Shalva Hessel is the author of the book, Married to the Mossad. It's a crime thriller, but it's also your life. Nice to have you here on Good Day New York.
Thank you.
So your husband did not want you to write this book, huh?
No, not my husband, not the Mossad, not some other people who still threaten to sue me.
Why?
Well, the Mossad didn't want me to write because there were things in there they thought they should not be there. So it took me a few years to convince them and to compromise with them. It was very difficult. My husband didn't want me to write it because if you read the book, Married to the Mossad, there is part there that it's not very pleasant for him. It was a big strain on our family. And he still doesn't read the book.
Oh.
And he doesn't want to do.
And he's nervous about you being on TV today,
he said, watch it, don't be on TV, CIA watching you.
The CIA is watching you?
Nobody, don't say things you should not say.
Well, let's go back. You meet this guy. He's a good guy. He's got a good job. What do you think his job is?
He was an academic. He was at the LSE in London.
The London School of Economics.
Yeah, London School of Economics. I married within 10 days. He was handsome, he was gorgeous.
Wait, 10 days from...
You married him in 10 days?
10 days, no family, no parents, nobody.
All right, so totally head over heels in love.
And I was very young.
When does he spring it to you that, yeah, in addition to my studies, I'm a spy, or I work for the Mossad?
No, he did not say that. He was studying at university, and he was an academic, and he talked about this a lot. And then he started to disappear at night, going at 2 o'clock at night, at 1 o'clock at night.
Did you think he had a girlfriend or something?
Exactly. So I said, listen, I locked the door, and I told him, that's it. You have to tell me what's going on. And that's where I found out that my husband is actually not an academic, but he's working for the Israeli Secret Service. And since then, my life was turned upside down.
There were a lot of risks in your life, and a lot of risks writing the book.
Right. I tell you, the reason is that most of my life, I did not live my life. I lived somebody else's life.
Why would you say that?
I could not be friends with whoever I wanted to. I could not invite to my house to whoever I wanted to. I could not even media people out of the question. I should get away from. And some of my life, I have a different name and a different religion. I was raised up. I was living as a non-Jew. Imagine that your best friend, who really were very, very close, she hates Jews, and she is my best friend, and she talks all the time about that, and she doesn't know I'm a Jew.
Because you were pretending you were not Jewish.
I'm not Jewish, so this was not easy.
A couple of things. Did he break the rules in telling you that he was a member of the Mossad?
Actually, he asked permission to do. He said that he has an issue, he has a problem, and then he told me. And then when we went to live in a hostile country undercover and under a different name, I said that I don't want him to go alone. And it was the first time that we went as a family undercover.
And you needed some training, right? The Mossad actually, do you become a full-fledged... First of all, what kind of training did they give you?
Psychological, that I can stand under pressure. Everything, from shooting, from how to talk, what to do, to watch it, nobody is following me.
Huh.
Look, the amazing thing is that I thought that I'm not built from that material. I'm not a James Bond. I'm a normal, regular country girl. And in my life, suddenly, I turned to be somebody else. And apparently, I found out that maybe I am built from this material because I'm fearless, I had courage, I did unbelievable things.
What was the craziest thing that you did?
Oh, there were many.
Give us one.
This is many. But the most amazing thing, I don't know if you read the book, is there is a big operation, and I talk about in the book about it, that it's nothing to do with the Mossad, part of the big operation. And the Mossad was blamed for it. And that's where everybody was upset, because everybody in Europe, they thought that the Mossad is behind me, but it was not. I was just saving a big family. I had a client in Europe.
Wow.
And this was the story that my husband is upset because there is love there is money, there is death, and yeah.
Wow.
Now, what's he doing now? What's his status?
My husband left now. He's a businessman. He's retired.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the States or are you still in Israel?
No, we are in Israel.
Do you miss the life? Do you miss it?
I tell you, I do things. You can never get away from what you're doing. It's something that probably in your blood. I have an investigation company that people approach me from Europe every time that there's something that I really feel for it, because it's working for the Mossad is not a job, it's a way of life. And so I'm doing an operation with ex-Mossad, ex-FBI, CIA, all those people, and we're trying to run after the bad guys.
Do you have a gun?
We have at home a lot of guns, but they belong to my husband. Don't ask me about this.
All right.
Okay.
Well, listen, you can actually meet Shalva in person. She has a book signing in our area.
Let's put it on the screen, please.
It's at the Hampton Synagogue in West Hampton Beach on August 31st at 7:30.
Yes.
And you'll be able to buy the book before then?
Yeah, you can buy the book on Amazon.
Beautiful.
It's bestseller. It was bestseller in Amazon. It's a bestseller in Israel. It's the 10th edition. And I hope people will read it and to see that, one very important thing for me to say, that it's very important that everybody will know the importance of women in the fight against terror. And that women, without women, you know, you can do sometimes things that are bigger than yourself. If you just get away, rise above your small self-interest, then you can achieve amazing.
I love that.
Wow, Shalva, thank you so much.
Honored to meet you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.